It was pretty shocking and wild.
Melanie says she was in the Home Depot on Palm Beach Lakes in West Palm when a man in his 20s rushed up to her telling her someone was stealing her truck. He then showed her a realistic video of it being driven away.
And he said, "You have to follow me, you have to follow me. We can catch him, we can catch him."
At first, Melanie believed it.
In that moment, it looked like a real video. I thought it was a real video, but I had that just a gut feeling that something was off.
Melanie called police while her neighbor checked on the truck and found it was still parked right where she left it.
He said that there was another guy hiding behind the truck that he could see, and so he obviously knew something was going on.
West Palm Beach police confirmed she filed a report, and detectives are now treating it as suspicious activity.
When the police officer came, she said, "I haven't heard the scheme before, but it sounds like a new use of AI to do a carjacking, basically."
The thing is that the AI tools are getting better.
Dr. Carney Chagall Pfefferkorn with the University of South Florida says crimes like this are emerging fast, and one of the most vulnerable are children.
Think if someone would show a video to a kid. Hey, it's your mom. She wants you to come. She just missed it. She's calling you. It's her voice. She knows your name.
How do people safeguard themselves?
The first thing is awareness. It's sad, but we need to not trust things like we used to before.
That's why Melanie wants her story heard.
Because even the police officer said that she hadn't seen this before.
Hoping what almost happened to her won't happen to anyone else.
It was really scary because, you start to think about all of the things that could have possibly happened.
AI experts are now warning, don't believe everything you see. Like this video. It looks like me, but I'm not real. I'm AI generated. And cybersecurity firm KeepNet says content like this is getting more and more realistic. They expect it to increase by at least 900% by the end of this year. Reporting in West Palm Beach, I'm Kate Hussey, WYCHTT.
Welcome back to You Can't Handle the Truth. My name is Natalie. Yes, today we are talking about sharing your location, and what you just witnessed is something that really just happened in West Palm Beach at a West Palm Beach Home Depot. It's pretty scary that these things can happen. As you see, I saw this on the news and then I was going through Reddit and I realized in the over 50 subreddit that there was someone asking about sharing their location, yes or no. And personally, I believe that sharing your location with your partner, with your spouse, or with someone can be a matter of safety. But let's read what she says, and then we're going to talk about it. So our truth teller here asks, following on from previous posts, my partner and I were using Life 360. We don't live together. He has always been against it and hates that I can track him. I hardly look at it, only when I want to call him and see if he is home from work or to see if he's close to my place when he's coming over. Why not just call? I don't know. Why are we looking at the tracking system? Okay, so we argued the other night about a few things, and his first reaction was to delete the app so I can't track him anymore. I feel this is a red flag when someone doesn't want their partner to know where they are. His thought is, I don't trust him. Should I leave? What are your thoughts on this? What do you guys think? I think it's weird. I don't see anything wrong with sharing your location. But when you're using that location to track someone when they're home, when they're close to your home, like, what are you doing that for? That's weird. If I was him, I would probably be thinking, why do you need to track to see how close I am to you? Should I have a trust issue with you? Or are you having a trust issue with me? And I think that becomes the side effect of having these apps, right? Although, like in the case of this situation where I just mentioned, where she didn't use the location tracker, but let's say she got lured away and had her phone with her and she had shared her location with someone, she would be able to be tracked. So let's see what some other truth tellers have to say. One person says, why do you need to track one another? Okay. Do you not share your location with anybody? I do with my husband and adult sons. It's a convenience. My 20-year-old sons share locations with their girlfriends and friends. Like I said, I think there's a difference between sharing your location. So if I was to disappear and my husband couldn't find me for 8 hours, it's a good reason to have the location on, right? So you can track that person's whereabouts, because obviously you could become worried if you're used to talking to each other like every 6 hours, or you're used to having access to someone and all of a sudden you can't reach them. They're not texting you back. There could be a concern. She's literally saying, should I leave him because he doesn't want me to track when he's home? And when, like, why are you checking to see when he's home? It's bizarre. Someone else says, hell no, I agree with him. You don't need to see if he's home before you call him and how close he is to your house. Just call and leave a voice message or text him to ask, and be patient and wait for him to get there. Unless one of you is traveling long distance or in dangerous areas, I can't see any justified reason why this is needed. It's either about someone's need for control or anxiety, and neither of these are okay with me. Yeah, I think it's a little bizarre. I really do. If you're tracking someone and you call someone, and let's say they're at work and they call you and your spouse calls and says, hey, I'm leaving work right now. If you know he's leaving work and he's on his way, why not call or text, leave a message? If he's on his way, he's on his way, and you have an idea that it should take probably, let's say it takes 40 minutes to get to your house and they're not there yet. It's an hour has passed and they're not there yet. Then yes, you want to call. I don't know why there's a need to track their location. But this is the world we live in, right? Because you can track everything. Literally, if someone comes down my street, you can be tracked by everyone's Ring doorbell coming down the street. It's not as if you're running around here anonymous. The camera lights track you, the Ring doorbells track you. You know, that's how they catch a lot of thieves, and that's how they track a lot of people's whereabouts when they commit crimes. But I mean, as far as tracking each other, I think it's a safety thing. I want you to drop me a comment and let me know what you think about this, what you do. Someone else says here, same. My husband once remarked on the fact that I must have gone to see XXX, a client that had asked if I could stop by for a meeting that day. I asked how he'd known that. I wasn't hiding it. He'd just gotten home from work and I hadn't shared my day with him yet. Turns out the new vehicle we bought and I was driving had a 6-month trial of OnStar, and he was looking at it during the day. We were fairly newly married, and the man I dated previously to him had stalked me in some pretty scary and creepy ways for a year until I got a restraining order. I canceled OnStar the very next day. You want to know where I am? Call or text and ask. I think if there's trust in a relationship, there's no reason to be tracking someone. And like I said, for safety reasons, let's say I'm out of town or something, or my husband's out of town, or your significant other's out of town, and you want to keep track to make sure that they're safe. And let's say you call and you can't get a hold of them, you might want to track, but it's bizarre, right? Because there seems like either there's some anxiety issues or some trust issues there. Let me know what your thoughts are. Drop them in the comments. I thought this would be really interesting because as we're getting a little bit older, and even if you're not older, even if you're younger, you might have some of the same feelings. But as we're getting a little bit older and we're stepping into being a little bit more autonomous, being a little bit more sovereign, having the feeling that you're being tracked like a child can be unnerving, right? It can feel like stalking, and no one wants to feel like they're being stalked. If my husband went out and I could tell him that, hey, I saw that at noon you left work and you were at McDonald's, he would be like, what? Like what? Like, why are you tracking me? Like, why do you know where I was at lunch? And I mean, it's not even a big deal because he might come home, right? And we have a discussion. He could say, oh yeah, I went out, me and a couple people at work went out to lunch. But the fact that I'm tracking, you're going to bring a lot of anxiety into your relationship. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you are tracking someone and you need to know wherever they are, I think there's a conversation that needs to be had to tell you the truth, because there are some trust issues or you suspect something. I think it's just better, instead of driving yourself crazy tracking that person through OnStar or some 360 app or whatever the iPhones do now to track your locations. I think it's just better to have the conversation and get your suspicions out on the floor and on the table instead of running around tracking them. Because in my eyes, it's like going through your spouse's phone. Do I have access to my spouse's phone? Yeah. Does he have access to my phone? But it would be really weird to wake up and find him like scrolling through my phone. You have access. I'm not gonna not share my phone with him if there's something that he needs or whatever. But it's just weird to find somebody like going through your phone. And if you're having trust issues, how good is your relationship? What's going on? What's going on? Conversation needs to be had. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you for joining me on this episode of You Can't Handle the Truth. My name is Natalie. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you could be notified the next time I upload another video. And I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.